Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name's Jack. In today's video I'm going to be going over order blocks. So we'll start off with a bearish order block example. We have market structure here. So what we want to see for a bearish order block, we want to first off have a higher time frame important POI marked out, or get hit I should say. This could be in this case this could be a buy side liquidity, where buy stops are on a higher time frame, or it could be a fair value gap. If you use volume imbalances, it could be like stuff like that, like just any PD array that's on a higher time frame in a way. So once that gets hit, we want to see buy stops get hit as well. Once this buy stop gets hit, what I would then want to see from price is price to close below the last up close candle, the body. We get that closure, and from that closure that creates a bearish order block, and price taps into it and now continues lower. That's what I'm expecting from a bearish order block. For a bullish order block, it's the other way around. Same thing, important level hit, sell stops for this case, and once that happens, I want to see the last down close candle, the top of it, closed above. We close above this, and that creates a bullish order block. So that's bearish and bullish order blocks. Let's get into a actual example. Okay guys, so this is going to be a bullish example. So I'm on the hourly here on CL. So what can I see? Well, I can see we have low resistance liquidity resting above here. The reason why this is low resistance liquidity, and I'll do a video on this in the future, we have a failure swings here. There are multiple of them. So this is all an area where we could look for price to come and visit in the future, which it does. What I can then do is, then on the 1 hour, I can then note out a area of interest. So we have sell side liquidity that also overlaps with a bullish fair value gap on the 1 hour. Okay, so with this in mind, what I can then do is I can then look at this area in price on the 5 minute, which is time frame alignment. So at this area, what do we have? Well, notice that this session time is between this London session. So we hit a important POI. This is our important POI. What happens at our important POI? London opens up here. So I can mark out London Open. So we now have London Open here. When London Open happens, what happens? We come into our important POI. We get what is a just over here. That would be a stop hunt. So that would be our high resistance liquidity being created. I will put this there. What would I want to see? Well, I would want to see closure above this down close candle. What happens here? We get closure below the down close candle that took this liquidity here. So then this becomes our order block. What does price do when it creates this order block? Well, we can mark out 50% of the body. We can see price respects 50% of the order block and pretty much takes off. Now, what could we have targeted here? Well, it's quite simple. We have a lot of failure swings, low resistance liquidity resting above here. We have all of this to target. So this is low resistance liquidity. Price takes it. What does price do? It then takes it all. It also just misses this high over here, but this is what I would be looking at as my low resistance liquidity. Takes this, and then going into London session closes after taking it, we then go into the transition into New York session. So then New York session is at 9:30. So we then have New York. New York Open here. So from New York Open, if we go now to the 1 hour, we can then see that London had created this big impulse here. We did not get a change in the state of delivery just yet, but what we can look at, we then have a bullish fair value gap here, and we also have a bullish fair value gap here. I'm not going to mark out this one. We can use this low because obviously yes, it's in hindsight, but we can, this is as seen. You have to be objective to win price when this happens. So going into New York Open, sorry, go on to the 5 minute because we're using the 1 hour. At New York Open, what happens? Well, this is our important level. This is our 1 hour fair value gap. Price at New York Open, 9:30, comes into this important level. We then get a closure above this last down close candle that took this low. This then becomes a bullish order block. What we can then do is, again, mark out 50% of the range. We don't come down to 50%, but we respect the 50% because we don't close below it. And price, well, what can we do? We can zoom out and see what price done. We could see we have these low resistance liquidity on here to target. So we have this high, this high, also that high. I don't think we get gets taken to target. And if we look on the 1 hour, potentially we also have that high, this buy side liquidity. So you can see we have quite a bit of high resistance liquidity that can get taken, that we could target for. But if you're simply following the 2R, this would be a great trade. This also happened both, in New York session and London session. So that's a bullish. These are bullish examples. I hope that makes sense. I'll go into now a bearish example. Okay, guys, welcome back. So this is going to be a bearish example. So what can I see? So on the 1 hour, we have buy side liquidity here. If we zoom out, we can see we also have taken these highs as well. But most importantly, we have to be objective to price. So as price is currently recently. So after taking this buy side liquidity, what can I see? So we have low resistance liquidity resting here. These are failure swings. We have some here, here, and also here. So we have all of this to target. If I just put these lines to the side, so this is what we could target. I would want to see what happens now after reacting to this buy side liquidity on the 5 minute. So after taking this high, what I would want to see for us to have a bearish order block, I have to wait and see. So we don't get a sweep again of the high. So in this moment here, we have a low and then we put in a high. So what I would want to see for us to have a bearish order block, I'd want to see a closure below here. We have closure because we have FEG here that we tap into, closure below this low. This then becomes a bearish order block. We can see how this closes. That closes perfectly. We get closure below this, so then I would want to see 50% of this respected, and we could target, as I said, these lows that we had here. We can see what happens. We respect 50%, and you can see we take this low resistance liquidity. We can see if this order block holds. It does hold. We can still continue lower. And we are unable to take this low resistance liquidity, but let me just check. I'll double check the 1 hour as well. So this could just be a retracement. And it is a retracement. And you can see how we take these failure swings. You can see on the this does happen out of towards the end of the day, and you can see how this happens as well, coming out of or sorry, coming into lunch. So we are in lunch from obviously 12 to 1. As we come out of lunch, we create this 5-minute order block, bearish order block, and you can see how price dumps down to these areas that I had marked out on the 1 hour. Now if you jump down to the 15-minute, do we have a change in the state of delivery? We have a change in the state of delivery. It is a bit later. Our change in the state of delivery, we have a high, a low, a high. So what we'd want to see, we want to see closure below here. And that would be our change in the state of delivery on the 15-minute. But the 5-minute, this is an order block only because for an order block I would want to see a sweep of a high. We get a sweep of a high, we get a swing low. Well, it's not really actually, you could say that's a high because it has, I wouldn't say it's an institutional swing point, but what's important to me is that there's a fair value gap that price is tapped into. So you guys can correct me if you think this isn't an order block, but as you can see, 50% gets respected, and clear draw on liquidity. So yeah guys, I hope that wraps it up for this video, and I hope you understand. If it has, please leave a like, comment, and check out the Discord. I'll leave a link in the description. Take care guys.